So with Internet Explorer gone, I was able to download Microsoft Edge, and I would go and try to test that browser all to the extent of what it is capable of doing. Now, Microsoft Edge has a similar touch to all other major browsers, just like Chrome, Firefox. And as a newcomer into the browser environment, Microsoft actually stepped up their game in creating Microsoft Edge to be able to compete with Chrome, Firefox, and the other major browsers that are in the market. I think they made a great call in trying to rebrand their default browsing to Edge instead of Internet Explorer due to the actual name that people destroyed over the past years. I mean, mention the browser that is Internet Explorer, then it gives you a really bad image when it comes to browsing. And the impression of using Internet Explorer means that you won't be able to enjoy the benefits of what newer websites can offer these days. So when I used Microsoft Edge, it was a totally different experience. It was a lot faster. Websites with special features didn't have any bugs in it, didn't have any errors when it comes to loading. Website scripts were actually running faster. And it kind of gave me that impression when Chrome was first introduced into the market. What Microsoft did is they went back to the drawing board and came up with a browser and took away all the mistakes they did with Microsoft Internet Explorer. They added up all the best features from other browsers, and of course they added in their Microsoftish touch onto the browser. Now, the Microsoft Edge that I'm using is on a Mac, so it immediately adapted to my Mac's UI in terms of how it looks. Now, I cannot really tell about when it comes to a Windows OS and how Edge would operate, but using it on my Mac gave me a sense of a refreshing experience. At least now when people talk about browsers and when Edge comes into the picture, they could find this browser as reliable as the other competitive browsers such as Chrome and Firefox. Now, when it comes to other features such as Inspect Element or even viewing the source code, you really see the similarities between Chrome and Firefox and Opera. I mean, they're basically all the same. It shows all the same codes. And the way the elements are being discovered and shown in the Inspect Element section, they're merely the same. And you get that familiarity between all the browsers all across the board. So if I would compare Microsoft Edge with the rest of the other browsers, well, as a newcomer to the browsing softwares, then I guess they're just an additional software that they could be added, but I wouldn't say they're that competitive enough. They need to add in more features that could put them at the very top. Now, when it comes to browsing, currently with this latest update that I have, like I said, it's pretty fast. It loads websites pretty well. It shows every website's elements in a really great sense. And after a couple of weeks of using Edge, well, I had no hiccups all along the way. So I guess when it comes to user base, I think it's gonna pick up in the future more users using this browser, and maybe at some point can be competitive enough to be compared to the leading browsers in the market. Are you an Edge user? Comment below. Let me know what you think. If you had a great experience, if you had a bad experience. I mean, a couple of weeks of testing is not enough to actually put a conclusion on it, but give me your thoughts. And let's see if Edge has the competitive ability against other browsers. I'd like to thank you for watching this episode. I hope this educates you on the topic on hand. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also that bell button to get notifications on the latest uploads I do every week. In the case you'll require a team or agency to build a website for you, don't forget to check out Mediafied.com. I have a bunch of web developers ready to build your website, and we offer the best plans and packages for every website need that you'll require.